Chosen ones, this message isn't for everyone. Only those truly destined for greatness will feel its truth. If you're not ready to see how your every win is dismantling their world, stop now, because what follows will transform you. Your victories, both monumental and quiet, have become a beacon, burning so brightly that it blinds those who once scoffed at your ambitions. Every step forward, every milestone crossed, stretches the gap between you and the ones who doubted your potential. What they thought would be your limits have shattered beneath the weight of your progress. To them, your growth is a constant reminder of their own stagnation, an unrelenting light in their dark corners where insecurity festers. They cannot unsee your success. It echoes in the silence of their mediocrity, ringing louder with every achievement you add to your collection. You've turned their disbelief into fuel, your rise a force of nature they can neither stop nor escape. You are no longer confined to their expectations. You're rewriting the rules they clung to in a desperate attempt to feel superior. Each win you claim is a thunderclap in their hollow world, shaking the fragile foundations of their false confidence. They thought they had buried you beneath their doubt, but instead, you've used it to climb higher, ascending into a realm they can only glimpse from below. Every accomplishment you make is like a mirror held to their faces, reflecting the truth they've tried to deny, that you've mastered what they could never control. As you rise, they crumble. Their world revolves around your actions now, their energy drained by the obsession of watching you succeed. They trace your movements like shadows trying to keep pace with the sun, futile in their attempts to dim your brilliance. It consumes them, this helplessness, as they watch your life unfold like a masterpiece they can never touch. They follow your path, clinging to every detail, secretly wishing for your downfall, yet knowing deep down that they cannot affect your course. You occupy their thoughts, haunting their waking hours with the truth they refuse to accept. You are beyond their reach. They thought they could ignore you, dismiss your efforts as insignificant, but you've become unavoidable. Your victories invade their minds like an unstoppable storm, relentless and all-encompassing. With every goal you achieve, the air around them thickens with the weight of their envy. They are not just watching, they are suffocating in the reality that you have risen where they have faltered. Their attempts to downplay your success only amplify their own failures, and with each passing day, they retreat further into the shadows of their own inadequacies. Your existence has redefined their world, and they cannot break free. They sit in silence, faces twisted with unspoken jealousy, their every breath filled with the bitter taste of their own shortcomings. Every time you soar higher, they feel the sting of inadequacy, a sharp reminder that their place is no longer in front of you, but far behind. They can't ignore you. They can't forget you. Your presence, your achievements loom over them like a relentless wave, drowning out their attempts to rise. You are a force they didn't see coming, and now, they are left grappling with the reality that your success is permanent, a monument they can never tear down. The space you occupy in their minds is vast, an empire built on every victory they hoped you'd never achieve. You are their waking nightmare, a testament to the power of persistence and the ultimate proof that no matter how they try to hold you back, you are unstoppable. You are the flame that burns in their darkest moments, a light they can neither extinguish nor outrun. Every triumph of yours grinds down their confidence like waves eroding cliffs. What was once solid and towering now crumbles with each passing day. They once believed they were untouchable, smug in the thought that your ambition could never challenge their place. But your ascent was swift, cutting through their false sense of superiority like lightning through a storm. With every move you make, you dismantle the illusion they carefully constructed around themselves. They can't unsee it. Their own reflection in the glass you shattered with your success, showing them how fragile they truly are. Your victories are more than just wins. They are a brutal reminder of their failures. They watch from below, unable to escape the truth, that they've become the very thing they once mocked, defeated, insignificant, lost. Their confidence, once untarnished, now lies in pieces at your feet. They believed they were masters of their own fate, But now your progress has become the mirror that forces them to see every flaw, every misstep, every wasted opportunity. You don't just threaten their ego, you obliterate it, leaving nothing behind but the undeniable fact that they will never measure up. What cuts deeper is that you beat them at their own game, the one they believed they had rigged against you. They thought they could manipulate the board, twist the rules, and still come out victorious. They threw obstacles in your way, confident you would stumble, fall, and be forgotten. But you were not meant to follow their rules. You forged your own path, and now every strategy they used against you has become their undoing. The irony is as sharp as a blade. They set the trap, but it's their foot that's caught in it now. Every time they tried to sabotage you, they were setting themselves up for failure. They underestimated your strength, your resilience. Now, they stand paralyzed by the bitter reality that you outmaneuvered them in every way that counts. They played dirty, hoping their underhanded tactics would cripple your rise. Instead, they only fueled it. Your ability to turn their venom into fire is something they never anticipated. They can't understand how, despite every attempt to bring you down, you've emerged stronger, sharper, more unstoppable than ever before. Now, all they can do is watch from the sidelines as you continue to dominate the game they thought they owned. Their fear is palpable. You've risen so far above their reach that they're left grasping at nothing, their confidence now hollow and their plans unraveling before their eyes. Your presence, your accomplishments, are an unrelenting storm they cannot shelter from. What was once a battle has become their inevitable defeat. They can only watch as your influence grows, as your success stretches far beyond anything they ever imagined. They're the ones left scrambling for relevance, for a way to matter in a world where you've already claimed victory. And it is your victory, undeniable, unyielding. They'll never admit it, of course, but their silence speaks volumes. They tried to outsmart you, outlast you, bury you beneath their schemes, but you rose through it all, untouchable. Every success you achieve is another blow to their confidence, and with each step forward, they fall further behind. They once saw themselves as your competition, but now they're nothing more than spectators, forced to witness your triumph while grappling with the undeniable truth. They were never a match for you. If Obsidian has been your guide in navigating the forces that seek to undermine you, then now is the time to join us in the fight against the darkness. Your support on Patreon isn't just a donation. It's a declaration that you stand against the naysayers, the deceivers, and the forces of evil that want to keep you from your true path. We never want to take your bottom dollar, and we don't expect support from those who aren't able to give. But if you can, and Obsidian has helped you, this is 100% worth your while. We want to quit our jobs and dedicate ourselves full-time to creating the transformative content that uplifts and empowers you, giving you exclusive access to life-changing tools like early access to our book, Modern Manifestation Mechanics, and other secret knowledge not available anywhere else. It's a 360 win. You get the power to manifest your dream life, and we get the freedom to produce even more of what keeps you in the fight and ahead of the forces that would rather see you fade away. The link to our Patreon is in the description, and there are only a few slots left in the Star Chamber where you can directly influence the topics we cover before they're gone for good. This is your chance to not just consume content, but to be an integral part of the mission, shaping the very messages that keep you on the path to victory. Don't wait. The battle against darkness is real, and your support makes all the difference. Stand with us, claim your place, and let's continue to rise together, unbreakable, unstoppable, and united in purpose. Your daily victories are a relentless force, pressing down on them like a weight they can't shake. Every goal you reach, every new milestone you pass, is another nail in the coffin of their pride, sealing them into the dark pit of their own inadequacies. They can't hide from it. Your success follows them like an uninvited shadow, looming larger with each passing day. What once was a mere nuisance to them has grown into a crushing reminder that they will never be able to escape the reality of your accomplishments. Their bitterness festers, a poison that runs deeper with every triumph you claim, turning their once vaunted confidence into a brittle facade they can barely maintain. You don't have to say a word. Your actions speak volumes, echoing through the silence they now inhabit. Each time you rise higher, they are dragged down further into the abyss of their own irrelevance. It's not just that you've won, it's that your success is a constant, unrelenting testament to their failure. They built themselves up, believing they could outshine you, that your potential was limited. But now, your accomplishments stand like towering monuments, casting shadows over the ruins of their own ambitions. With every victory you claim, their world shrinks a little more, until all that's left is the bitter taste of their own inadequacies. It wasn't supposed to be this way. They had plans, schemes, carefully laid traps to derail your progress. Yet, each one has collapsed in on itself, leaving them exposed, helpless against the force of your success. Now they watch in quiet agony as you move with an ease they can't understand. Every step you take feels effortless to them, though they know the power behind it, the work that has built your path. But admitting that would mean admitting their own weakness, and so they cling to their bitterness, their envy festering like an open wound. Your triumphs, however, don't just stand as achievements. They have become a mirror, reflecting the stark contrast between your strength and their failures. Their defeat is tied to your rise, inseparable from your victories. Every time you succeed, it's a reminder that they failed to stop you, that their attempts to hold you back have only fueled your momentum. They can't stand to see it. The ease with which you now move through life, untouchable and beyond their reach. It eats at them, gnaws away at their sense of self, as they realize that their efforts weren't just futile, they were the very reason you soared. You took everything they threw at you and turned it into fuel, while they, left with nothing but the ashes of their failed schemes, can only watch in despair as you continue to rise. Now they live in the aftermath of your victories, caught in the endless cycle of watching you succeed while they fall further into obscurity. Each day brings a new reminder of how unstoppable you've become, and their bitterness tightens its grip. Your accomplishments are no longer just a symbol of your greatness. They are the foundation of their downfall. Every step you take, every success you achieve, crushes their pride a little more. And what stings the most is that they know, deep down, they were never truly your equal. Watching you win is their daily defeat, and it's a truth they cannot escape. They are scrambling, frantically trying to replicate the success that now defines you. In their desperation, they watch your every move, grasping at the hope that if they copy your actions, they might somehow capture the same glory. But their efforts are hollow, and they know it. Every attempt to imitate your achievements only highlights their inadequacies, the wide chasm between your true mastery and their shallow mimicry. They hoped that by copying your steps, they could dull the sharp pain of watching you rise. But instead, their failures only magnify their own weaknesses. Their hands reach for what you've built, but they only find dust, slipping through their fingers no matter how hard they clutch at the remnants of their pride. You see them in the periphery, always trying to keep pace with what you do so effortlessly. But the more they try, the further behind they fall. It's as if they are running in quicksand, each movement draining them, dragging them deeper into the pit of their own defeat. They exhaust themselves chasing shadows, unaware that they are only sinking faster into obscurity. What they fail to realize is that success cannot be copied, and greatness cannot be faked. Every time they mimic your accomplishments, they strip themselves of their own identity, becoming hollow echoes of something they can never truly understand. Meanwhile, you continue to move with a grace they cannot fathom. Your success is not born from frantic effort or desperate competition. It flows from you like a river, guided by something far greater. You are in tune with your purpose, and that's why every victory feels inevitable. They see the ease with which you ascend, and it drives them mad. They break themselves against the wall of your achievements, but no matter how hard they push, they cannot breach the fortress of your destiny. What comes naturally to you is a battleground for them, and they are losing. Their every struggle only deepens the divide between your triumphs and their failures. They don't understand why it's so easy for you, and their confusion turns to bitterness. They can't see that your path is not built on the need to compete with others, but on something deeper, something they can never touch. Their desperation blinds them to this truth, and so they continue to strain, to claw at success, unaware that they are grasping at an illusion. They are prisoners of their own envy, while you remain untethered, soaring to heights they will never reach. They are unraveling bit by bit as they struggle to match what was never meant for them. Their attempts to compete are tearing them apart, their efforts fragmented and without purpose. While they fall to pieces, you remain whole. Every win you claim feels natural because it is a reflection of your true path. They will never understand that your success is effortless, not because it is easy, but because it is aligned with who you are meant to be. No amount of copying or competition will bring them closer to that truth. As they flounder, lost in their need to keep up with you, they will only fall further behind. You continue to rise because your victories are not built on desperation, but on the unshakable foundation of purpose. And as they crumble under the weight of their own misguided ambition, you will stand firm, untouchable, while they fade into the background, nothing more than the faint echoes of a competition they were never destined to win. You are chosen, set apart by a force greater than anything they could ever comprehend. Your success is not random, nor is it merely the result of hard work. It is divinely orchestrated. Every time they attempt to rise against you, they are fighting not just you, but something far beyond their understanding. They are standing against a power that has already written your victory into existence, and in doing so, they seal their own defeat. God's favor rests upon you, and with that favor, no earthly force can hope to match your rise. Every attempt to bring you down is a futile struggle against a force that cannot be overthrown. They are grasping at shadows, unable to see the bigger truth. You are walking in divine favor. Your every success is a reflection of that truth, proof that your life is woven into a plan far beyond their petty schemes. They rise up against you, filled with envy and ambition, only to be met with the unyielding reality that their efforts are pointless. For every step they take toward tearing you down, you are elevated even higher by forces unseen. They can't win this battle because the battle was never theirs to fight. Your victory is assured, not by their lack of effort, but by the undeniable fact that you've been chosen for something greater. Your accomplishments are living, breathing proof of divine intervention. They can't understand why, no matter what they do, you keep winning. It defies their logic, their sense of how the world should work. They thought they could outsmart you, outwork you, outmaneuver you. But what they don't realize is that your rise was never about earthly strength. You walk a path that has been laid out for you by a higher power, and each step forward is guided by hands they cannot see. This is why they're breaking, falling apart under the weight of their own frustration. They're trying to control what is uncontrollable, and in their attempts to fight you, they are fighting against the very forces that elevate you. Their downfall is inevitable because it is written into the fabric of your ascent. You were never meant to be stopped. They are helpless, standing on quicksand while you walk on solid ground, a path illuminated by divine light. Their jealousy, their schemes, their bitterness, none of it can touch you. They thought they could compete with you on equal footing, but how could they? You're playing a different game altogether, one where the rules are written by forces they don't even know exist. Every time they think they've caught up, they're struck down by the reality that your success is beyond human comprehension, beyond their control. You stand where you are because you have been called to. Your victories are effortless, not because they are easy, but because they are ordained. They can't grasp this, and it drives them to desperation. They see your life and think it must be luck, some kind of fluke, but they are blind to the truth. You've been chosen for a higher purpose, one that they were never meant to understand, let alone disrupt. And so, while they waste away, trying and failing to rise to your level, you continue to move forward with grace and certainty. They are breaking because they are powerless against you, and they know it. You are untouchable because your success is divine, Their defeat is a part of the plan, just as much as your victory is. You are chosen, and no earthly force, no amount of envy or scheming can ever change that. Your success isn't just a victory, it's a reckoning. Each step you take toward your goals reverberates through the very ground they stand on, shaking the foundation of their fragile pride. They watch helplessly, burdened by their own bitterness, as you continue to rise beyond anything they could have ever imagined. You've become a force they can't control, and that realization is breaking them from within. Their envy festers, twisting into desperation, but none of it can reach you. Their defeat is not some distant possibility. It's happening now, with every move you make. Your achievements are more than just personal triumphs. They are the constant, undeniable proof that their efforts to stop you were always destined to fail. They can feel it in their bones, that creeping dread that no matter how hard they try, they'll never match your pace. They are forced to watch as you ascend, day by day, knowing that your progress is beyond their reach. Their bitterness grows with every milestone you hit, a silent scream of frustration that eats away at whatever is left of their self-assurance. You're winning effortlessly, and the weight of your success is crushing them. They're scrambling to find a foothold, something to hold on to, but you've left them far behind. The more they strain to keep up, the more they fall apart, unraveling under the pressure of your unstoppable rise. And yet, they continue to watch because they can't tear their eyes away from what you're becoming. Don't let their bitterness distract you. Keep moving forward, because your progress is more than just a path to your own greatness. It's the slow, steady dismantling of everything they thought they knew about power and control. You don't have to look back. Let them watch, let them seethe, because their downfall is the karma they've earned. Every time they doubted you, every time they tried to sabotage you, it only made you stronger. Now, your victories are the sword that cuts through their defenses, leaving them vulnerable, exposed, and defeated by their own envy. You are unstoppable, chosen by forces far beyond their reach. Every victory you claim sends shockwaves through the very walls they tried to build around you, crumbling their fragile egos in real time. They watch, helpless, as you soar higher, their bitterness deepening with each step you take. You have become the embodiment of everything they feared, relentless, unbreakable, and untouchable. Your success is not just a personal triumph, it's a daily reminder of their failures, a mirror reflecting the truth they can no longer deny. You've broken through the barriers they thought would hold you, and now they are left to wallow in the ruins of their own inadequacies. Your rise isn't just about achieving your goals, it's about showing them what real power looks like. They underestimated you, but now, with every milestone you hit, you prove that you were never meant to be contained by their limitations. You are walking in divine alignment, guided by something they can't understand, and with every victory, you leave them further behind. Their jealousy, their anger, it's all proof that you're doing exactly what you were meant to do. Rise above them. You are their daily defeat, and that's why they can't stand to see you win. Chosen ones, have you noticed how your wins are driving them crazy? Drop a comment below and share how your success is exposing the truth about those who tried to stop you. Keep winning. Their bitterness is proof that you're breaking barriers they could never touch.